It's 2 p.m. and it's hot in Chiang Mai, so I can't think of a better thing to do than jump in an air-conditioned car, drive up to the mountains, and go to see some tree houses or something. Here we go. I hope this road picture gives a little context to what we're dealing with here. This is like an extremely low and high road. I was almost certain about halfway up that last stretch that my car's transmission was not gonna pull me up. I was pushing about as hard as I could on the accelerator and it just was keeping slowing down. Thankfully, we made it. Wow, this is pretty awesome. This is a treehouse coffee shop. Oh, the only way to get here is on this. An hour and a half drive? I'd say it's pretty worth it. This is a pretty cool place for a coffee shop. And this is the edge of the forest. And as you can see behind me, I'm in the tree limbs. Pretty awesome. Well, to be honest, that drive was cathartic enough. Just get out of the city, see out some of the beautiful nature of Thailand. The air is beautiful today. Much cooler up here. I have no idea how high we are. The drive, seeing nature, seeing the small little towns next to small roads with what I would consider quite well developed infrastructure, especially compared to what this would be like in Vietnam. The roads were nice. Well, guys, that was crazy. The road, I mean, the coffee shop's fine. It was adequate. It was a little bit less than I expected, but the drive here was fantastic. Now I'm gonna go to a hot springs where supposedly, based on the internet, I can take an egg and boil it in the hot springs and have a nice boiled egg. I like me some boiled eggs. Let's get some boiled eggs the right way. Here we go. It looks like there's some smog or some smoke today, probably from burning fields, but here we are at the spa. well, I'm feeling a little bit like I did in Osaka just a few days ago, because this is the first place that I've been to in Thailand yet where there's absolutely no English. So I have the necessary materials. We have a basket of eggs, a stick, and of course some soy sauce to enjoy 12 minutes later. Ooh, look at that steam. And I can feel it. Oh my goodness. You know, this reminds me, when we were in Alaska, I feel like probably we got into this type of temperature. It was -30 outside, China hot springs, and as soon as we got in, the top of our hair started freezing. This part up there was covered. We looked like the White Witch from Narnia. Every single bit of our hair was ice, and every part of our body besides our hair was just burning hot, almost unbearably burning hot. Actually, the sign does say it is 105 degrees Celsius. That is more than boiling. Yeah, the pressure behind this thing is pretty fantastic. I mean, look at that. It's like a little geyser. I wonder if it's natural or if it's being pumped. This is a little uncomfortable, but oh my god. 죽어. Oh, I'm gonna die. It's so hot. It's really freaking hot. Holy crap. But I guess because I'm surrounded by other people, as you can see, I'm not gonna die. But it is hotter than your average bath. When we were in Alaska, China Hot Springs, we went all the way in, head to toe, like I just mentioned, and it was unbelievably uncomfortable at first. But then it was fine. Actually, I think eggs at a hot spring is the right thing to eat because the water smells like eggs anyways. May as well be eating eggs, and you don't think the water smells weird. The water's really soft though. 12 minutes for the eggs to cook, 12 minutes for me to cook. Let's eat. Well, I love boiled eggs, and as my doctor will tell me, I also love salt, probably too much. So this is pretty much as close to heaven as I can get. Here it is. Fantastic. Suddenly I realized I had a 4-egg omelet this morning. So 2 eggs in, I'd already eaten 6 eggs today. I think 8's a little bit too much for one day. In general, 8 eggs, probably not daily about, so I'm gonna save these for a little later. So the other day I went to the temple and this thought kept coming to my mind, and it was, why do we travel? Why do we spend this money to go places and explore? And I think some people might say, well, you know, a new adventure, a new experience, some food you haven't tried, new flavors. And I think all of that's true. I think all of that's part of it, but I don't think that's it. And the more I thought of it, the more I realized that the emotions that I'm feeling while I'm on the trip, the things that affect me, the things that get to me, the things that give me just feelings, any feelings. It's not the food, it's not the experience, it's not the sight, it's not going to a new temple. The thing that really catches my eye is when I see other people, especially people that are from a different culture, different background, people whose backgrounds I cannot understand without investing significant time and energy into knowing more about them. And when I see them doing things that are meaningful, when I see them, maybe they're praying at the temple, maybe they are enjoying a hot pot with their family, maybe they're driving, maybe whatever it is. I see them doing things that I realize I can't understand. That's when I feel things. So I thought, why is that? Why is it that I get emotional when I see these people in different situations? And I think this is why we travel. This is why I travel. This is why maybe one might say I'm addicted to travel. Because it helps me get the right perspective. When I'm going through my daily life, when I'm at work, when I'm, whatever my daily routine is, I get into the really bad habit of thinking that whatever's going on in my life is important. That's not true. My life has almost no value, almost no meaning. I thought, you know, if I died in a traffic accident, there's about 10 people, maybe 20, that a year later might still be affected by it. But the rest of the 8 billion people in the world, I'm going to be forgotten. And if you add that to 100 years, I'm going to be forgotten even further. So our perspective, any person's perspective, is not big enough. These trips help me see the world from somebody else's eyes. What would it be like to live as a Thai person in Thailand? I can't understand that. I can't understand that any more than a Thai person can understand what it's like to grow up in America and live in America. You can get a piece of it through videos and movies and culture, but to really understand what makes a person tick, especially somebody who's so different from you, almost impossible. So I guess that's why I keep traveling, because seeing other people, expanding my worldview just little by little, and it is very slow, it's very little by little, changing my long-held views and beliefs because of seeing new things from new perspectives. All of that helps me realize that when I'm going through a bad day, when things seem overwhelming, when I zoom too far into my situation, when I start feeling sorry for myself, when I worry that somebody at work is going to not like me and that's going to affect me, I need this perspective. That really, the most freedom that I can have in life is realizing that I don't really matter that much. And I think realizing that I don't matter that much can help me do what I do better. Help me reach my goals. Help me be a better person in my job. Help me be a better partner. Help me be a better person. So I guess, there you go. It's philosophy with Big E. That's why I travel. Have a good day, guys.